individuals' houses to the school, who's the furthest away, who's the nearest, and walk around the local area. You can also map paths as well on the map. This is a similar tool, a bit like the presentation tool that I just mentioned, but creating a wiki, again, can allow that opportunities for homework, as long as you've got the e-safety considerations built in. The children can access the wiki for homework and contribute to their own individual page. And if you're using either PBWiki or Wikispaces, that allows you to create usernames for children without having to have email addresses. So obviously you'd have to make sure the e-safety education was up to date for those pupils that were using it, and be very clear about the way it was you wanted it to be used. But I've seen really great impact for some classes using Wikispaces. I just wanted to mention blogging. If you follow David Mitchell Deputy Mitchell on Twitter, you'll know all about his quad blogging system, where 4 schools get together and all rotate around each other's school, so that comments and each school feels they've got an audience for at least 1 week out of the month. And also mention Julia Skinner, I know she was here at the last Teach Meet, her 100-word challenge, where she has a stimulus each week, either a picture or a text, sometimes a video clip, to inspire children to write 100 words. And then you link a blog post to her blog, and she guarantees that somebody will make a comment on that child's work within that week. So here's some examples of children's work. That was on a stimulus called The Paradise. And she also has a 5-sentence challenge as well for Key Stage 1 children. Again, so that's another example of a piece of work that was submitted to the 5-sentence challenge. I'm sure you all know about Storybird, but I haven't seen that many teachers using the class element of it. So by having a teacher account, you can create usernames again for your children without email addresses, and then all the picture books that are created go into a class library, and so then children can go to the class library and read the storybooks that other children have produced. So again, being able to be inspired by others and collaborate, it's really powerful. That's what the class library looks like. So here we've got the different users and the books that they've written for each other to read. I just want to mention green screening. This is using a software called Backdrop TV for the PC, which is, you can use it for free, but it has got a watermark on it. But you can purchase it quite cheaply. Obviously, if you've got Macs or iPads, then there is software either built in or very cheap to purchase for those as well. But what I love about green screening is that it's like a magic flying carpet. You can transport children anywhere in the world, into any time, any place, any planet even, and get them to put themselves in the shoes of a character that actually might have been there. In this example, they're reporting back from the Egyptian tombs at the end of a project on Egypt. So they bring together all their knowledge and understanding to present from there.
Yes, that's right, Madeline. I am here and Rena from the British Museum, one of the first people to enter the tomb. Rena, can you describe what it was like when you entered the tomb? As we first entered through the door, we could not really see much. It was very dark and dusty. Once we managed to get light, we found we were choice of 4 different corridors to follow. Egyptian tombs are well known for their moving tracks and never-ending corridors. So we needed
It also has an auto cue built in, which you might nice one there. And so that was used for supporting history. This is English and persuasive language.
why we in the morning when you want to look cool for school, or
can't say he's not engaged in his learning there. And of course, just using some of the simple film editing tools, in this case Windows Movie Maker, to look at a particular genre. You can put on those skins to make it look sepia. And there's so many skills that are brought together in that. The storyboarding, and the directing, the acting, the editing. So many have come together. And in Windows Movie Maker, you can even speed up and slow down to really give, fantastic effects. So this is, as I work at the university, there's some students that I was working with, and they had an hour to put this together. And they produced a soundtrack with Audacity. You might jump in a minute, so just get ready. So with some of the free tools, you can produce really fascinating effects. This is Morpho Booth, if you haven't seen this before.
Hello, my name is William Shakespeare, but my friends call me Will. I was born before your time, in 1564, and I am proud of all my 37 plays. My favourites are Richard III and the classic romance Romeo and Juliet. Anyway, enough about me talking. Let me show you where I lived.
So then you can mix
I
it
moved
together
to
with
London
other
from Stratford upon Avon, but I
bits
used
of
to live
video
here with my family.
in something like iMovie or Windows Movie Maker. So that's an app, Morpho Booth. This is another app that I've been playing around with called Video Scribe. This costs $2.99 and allows you to create videos like this. But if there's no reason why children at Key Stage 2 couldn't have a go at producing a video like that to give across a key message. It's just putting in images and giving a certain time to the images and prominence of where the canvas would zoom in and out. So it'd be quite good for control actually and developing that. And just very quickly on reading. Not to forget again the old school tools like things like Newsround and Espresso and how they can really support use of digital text for reading. Sound recording to hear yourself reading back, to look at punctuation and to look at things like intonation and expression. And maybe have an e-book every now and again for your guided reading group, just to mix up the kind of different genre that you might use. Some of these are free. The Oxford Owl have some free e-books to try, and some of them have additional functionality like sound support or comprehension questions. Sometimes it's hard to find for infants appropriate text to support their subject, so that is an infant online encyclopedia produced by Simon Horton, which has sound support for Key Stage 1. And of course, Squiggle safe searching for Key Stage 1 and 2. Just wanted to mention very quickly again about numeracy that we're used to using ICT maybe in this consolidation phase of numeracy, but we've also got tools and some of the more generic kind of applications that can use children to support children to explain their understanding and articulate their learning. And this is a useful site, problempictures.co.uk. There are lots of free examples. There's a picture. I'm nearly finished. Nearly there. a picture and a problem that's set with a picture, and there's lots of free examples, and then you can purchase additional ones if you wanted to. And a good app for maths I found, the Numeracy Basics app. You can have, this is from Teacher LED, if anybody's seen this for the PC, that's free, and the same resources are available as an app, which is not free actually, but it's that kind of mixed devices. Maybe some children might use a PC, some children might use an iPad, and the resources work in the same way. Okay, so just to finish off, if you are using iPads, some websites obviously work well, but Flash games don't play. But if you use something like Rover, which is a browser app, then that will allow Flash to play within that browser. So it's great for things like Key Stage 1 and 2 bite size. It's not so good when you have to enter something in from the keyboard, because the keyboard keeps popping up and down, but it's certainly one to consider. Okay, so to just summarise, a bit of a whistle-stop tour, but the amount of impact that technology will have will obviously depend on the access that children have to mobile devices, because if they only have access every Tuesday afternoon, it's not going to have the same impact as if you've got a trolley that's at your disposal at any time. To start with the learning, not with the tool, and with the right vision, the right pedagogy, ICT can make support outstanding learning progress for children. Okay, so thanks for listening. I'm Primary ICT on Twitter, should you want to follow me.